The WNBA playoffs have been doing exactly what we thought the WNBA playoffs are going to do, to be honest. The only thing that's really shocking me is that the New York Liberty really got stunned by the Connecticut Sun, and I really didn't see that coming. I knew that they would give them a little bit of pushback, but the game that we saw, I did not anticipate. But let's jump right into today's episode. I'm going to go through each of the matchups from Sunday, talk about the scores and everything. What is going on, world? And welcome back to this episode of The Spark. I'm doing a little bit something different today, all right? I'm running this as a live stream to try to get some more engagement on my YouTube channel. So if you are listening to the audio only version of this, please visit my YouTube channel, DJ Tracy Trees. I was just about to introduce myself, but for those of y'all that are new, which is a lot of people from around the world, a lot of different countries, I go by the name of DJ Tracy Trees, and today I am going to be your host. I'm always your host with the most on this channel, all right? Today I'm going to be talking about the WNBA playoffs. If you are not a subscriber and you are new here, this is your opportunity to like, share, subscribe, do all the things, because I'm going to be going live here more talking about basketball, which is what I do all the time, as well as I'm gonna repost this video on my main channel for those who didn't get a chance to visit. So let's go. The first game that I want to talk about was the one that I was just alluding to, the Connecticut Sun versus the New York Liberty. The final score was 78-63, but the game did not seem like that, y'all. It seemed like the Connecticut Sun were putting a crazy hurting on the New York Liberty. And with stars like Stewie not being as disruptive, same thing with Sabrina Ionescu, just the defense from the Connecticut Sun. That's the one thing I want to talk about with the Connecticut Sun was their defense, yo. These defensive rebounds, DeWanna Bonner with 6 defensive rebounds. She has been playing extraordinarily well. Her and Alyssa Thomas, again, I'll continue to say, I don't know what it is for y'all that don't know they date. They actually engaged, I should say. They just got engaged during the season, and it's crazy how all of a sudden they're just having these just out of nowhere games, and DeWanna Bonner wasn't on anybody's radar, I think, as being one of the top stars for the WNBA's season, which is crazy to even say because, again, so much top talent, and she's been around for a while, but nobody thought that she was going to be having this breakaway season like she's been having, right? DeWanna Bonner played 39 minutes, had 6 defensive rebounds, 20 points. She led the Connecticut Sun with 20 points. That is major for DeWanna Bonner. 6 for 19 on the field goals, only 2 for 10 on the 3-pointers, but she got on camera and she said, listen, I'm a shooter, shooter's gonna shoot. I'm gonna let that thing fly every chance I get, and that's exactly what DeWanna did. Free throws, she was 6 for 6, of course. Great free throw shooter. 3 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. All around great game. Alyssa Thomas was fairly quiet. I mean, 40 minutes, only 8 points, but it was great that she could rely on her team to continue the scoring. But let's check out her assists. 10, boom. That's where Alyssa is lethal. So even though she didn't have those points from her assists, of course, with her being a plus 15 player, is really what makes the difference for the Connecticut Sun. She's out there being that floor general. I remember watching one play and she was just dribbling up the court, and she was pointing, you go there, and then she just passed the ball and did the whole play. So love to see players like Alyssa Thomas really being the leaders for their team and helping in not just scoring, but also setting up different defensive sets and making sure that you can silence a team like the New York Liberty. Let's go on, man. Tiffany Hayes, 23 minutes, 12 points. The only reason Tiffany Hayes didn't go off for even more during this game was because she was in foul trouble. You heard me say, Tiffany, I am excited to see a lot more from Tiffany throughout the playoffs. I don't think we've had a chance to, at least not me, I haven't really noticed what kind of guard she is. She finished plus 11 yesterday, 23 minutes, 12 points, 7 rebounds. Again, everybody was getting rebounds for the Connecticut Sun. They did a really great job defensively, boxing out and making sure that no one was getting in and just scoring those easy points. Same thing, Natisha Heidemann, y'all. She is small, 5'8", I think she is, or something like that. She blocked Stewie's ball. Like, nobody was giving up any easy shots. And Stewie just was going up for a layup. And I'm like, why wouldn't you finish strong? You didn't do a fake or anything. I guess she thought she was just so much taller than Natisha. But that girl got up off the floor and blocked that ball from Stewie. I might have to find that video and see if I can play that back, because that was just That was crazy. I'll put that in the long form version of this. So that got the Connecticut Sun 78 points, which is like, all right, let's see what's going on with the New York Liberty. 63 points. Let's start with Betnijah Laney, y'all. She played 32 points, usually a great post player. She only had 3 points. And she was just frustrated on the defense. You could tell how mad she was getting and how it was just hard for her to get any of the looks that she normally gets. 0 for 3 from 3-point. And Betnijah Laney usually gets a really good look at least once or twice a game off that catch and shoot and would be able to score it. It just didn't happen. Same thing for Breanna Stewart. 37 minutes, 19 points. That's kind of quiet for Stewie. I know that sounds crazy, but she didn't really start to cook until later in the game, finishing at -16, y'all. 7 for 25 on them field goals. Nobody on the New York Liberty was shooting well at all. Betnijah Laney 1 for 9. Breanna Stewart 7 for 25. Jonquel Jones 5 for 8. JJ couldn't even get a shot up, man. Frustrated, blaming the refs. And the refs, the refs are always what the refs are in the WNBA. This ain't the first time that we need to start talking about the refs. So I kind of looked at that as a little bit of a cop-out. Salute 28 points. 28 minutes, 7 points. And then Enescu 12 points. She was 4 for 14 on the field goals, 4 for 8 on the 3-point shooting, which isn't bad. That's 50% shooting, but she just needed a lot more to take her team over. Thornton coming off the bench scoring 6 points was good, a good contributor as well. But what happened was the Connecticut Sun would not let up. They were relentless. And that's what DeWanna Bonner said in her interview after the game, is that they looked at the tape and saw how many times New York had beat them, because this is the first time that the Connecticut Sun have beat the New York Liberty this season, and they noticed that they would be up and then they would just let their foot off the gas. So it was important for them not to let up at all ever. So excited to see what the Connecticut Sun can do, man. This is a 2 seed playing a 3 seed, so an upset is not something that would be out of the ordinary here. I think if the Aces lost, we would be very, very shocked. Not that Dallas isn't a good team. I don't mean to say it that way, but the Aces have been playing well all season. The New York Liberty have dropped some crazy games to some people all over. So we'll see how this goes. But overall, I'm picking Connecticut as my favorite for this matchup. To be honest, that grit, that hardiness, I don't know what DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas are playing for, but they are very clearly playing like they have a why. They have a why in mind. There's something I think they want to prove people wrong. Somebody underestimate. Something is happening because they're playing with the fierce urgency of now, and New York is a super team, and they just kind of was like, all right. At any moment, they could have turned that thing on, in my opinion, and the game could have had something different, but it just kind of seemed like they were caught off guard, and then the starters were sitting on the bench, just kind of happened, and they gave up game 1. I'm excited to see how this matchup continues. Today's Monday, so the next game will be tomorrow. I'll check back in with y'all midweek to talk about it then. Ooh, look at me doing more live streams and coming to the channel more often. Now, the second matchup that happened on Sunday was the Dallas Wings versus the Las Vegas Aces. This happened exactly how we thought it was going to happen, because the Las Vegas Aces are an offensive threat. They are offensive pressure. Anybody they play, they're going to score. I'm watching Asia Wilson play, and she's just throwing up balls. Even if she missed, she getting a defensive rebound. She off the fadeaway. She's playing at such a level of comfort that it's like, wow. Now, they did have some turnovers that I was like, wow, okay, now what are we doing here? But I think they were just adjusting to the game. And again, both teams had a break, especially the Aces, because they swept their first series. They had a long break, so getting back on the floor and playing together as a team and all those things really, really matter. Let's go down the roster and see who played well where. All right, let's start with the Dallas Wings since they took the L. Howard, 35 minutes, 11 points. We're going to need more from Howard. If they going to make it, they got to try to contend in the paint and shoot a little bit better. And we need Howard's size and scoring ability and more of those rebounds. Defensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds. We got to do better. I know it's hard with Asia, but you got to contend. As well as, the whole Vegas Aces squad is just standing in the paint a lot of the times, especially on the rebounds, because they're going to get that board so they can have transitional offense is really what they like. They want to get the ball so they can get it up the court quick so they can score very fast. Satou Sabally, 16 points. Satou didn't have a terrible game. 4 for 16, 5 for 14 from shooting. Rebounds was good. I mean, there was nothing bad about Satou's, but we needed like 26 points out of Satou in order for this to go right. Same thing with Arike. Arike, we need you to score. Not we, because I don't care about who winning on each way. But if you are going to try to beat the AC, Arike, you got to turn on your Kyrie mode. And we've seen that happen so many times. 38 minutes, 12 points, that's tough. It don't look like he was really getting the shots that you wanted to, because 4 for 14 from the field, that's kind of tough, especially, you know, a score, assist, only 6 assists. Nobody on the team had double figures for assists. That's kind of troublesome. You know what I mean? Are you moving the ball around enough? Those kind of things. Dangerfield, where she finished? 10 points. It's like, okay, this is an all right game. McCowan, same thing, 7 points. Really struggle. You got to get in there, got to get them rebounds, but it's tough. And I was watching their battle, Asia and Stokes. You know what I mean? Like that's some hard pressure, right? Let's go on over to the Vegas Aces. Asia Wilson, 34 minutes, 34 points. She scored 1 point a minute. That's nuts. 15 for 21 from the field. No 3-pointers. 4 for 4 from the line. Defensive rebounds, 8. 5 overall rebounds, 8 plus 26 when she in the game. I mean, just MVP all around. And this is where Stewie would lose the argument for me, because you would need to put your team on your back. You would need to put the team on your back, Stewie, and that's not what happened with the New York game. We saw 2 players, DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas, really take the game down. So I would think that Asia Wilson is definitely my MVP vote for right now. Stokes only had 2 points, but that really didn't matter. Chelsea Gray, 36 minutes, 13 points. Not shocked. She was throwing some dimes. Only 4 assists. Wow. That's crazy. 5 for 13 from the floor. Kelsey Plum, 8 for 15. Come on. 5 for 10 from the 3-point. Again, Kelsey Plum scoring, always second highest scorer, 25 points. Even got some rebounds as well. And then Jackie Young shooting that thing, 6 for 10. 5 for 6 on the 3-point. That's pretty impressive. Jackie, oh my God, having another person having a standout season, 19 points. And then Clark coming in on the bench, 4 points. That was just an easy 4. But defensive player of the year, come on. I mean, I'm sorry, official 6th woman of the year is Clark. So congratulations to the Aces. They won game 1. I'm thinking a sweep for this season. I don't think there's anything Dallas can do to stop the offense or really the defense of the Las Vegas Aces. And the finals will probably be the Aces versus the Connecticut Sun. Unless game 2 tomorrow, the New York Liberty come back scoring with some fierceness. That Barclays Center was quiet, boy. So we'll see how it goes, y'all. But thank you so much for staying tapped in with me. I'll keep you updated on all things that are happening in the WNBA playoffs right now. Again, I'm just giving some social commentary of the game. I love watching the games. I spent my whole Sunday just chilling, doing chores, and watching some great basketball. I hope you can do the same. If you are new to my channel, please stick around. Come on through. My name is DJ Treacy Treese, and this little podcast that I have is called The Spark. It's a fan podcast for the Los Angeles Sparks, but we're not in the playoffs. My team ain't win, so I'm just covering the teams that's in the game right now. The WNBA season, this one has been a really special one, and I really wanted to make sure that I was taking some time to highlight some great athletes. But I've got tons of other sports content on my channel, so make sure you like, share, subscribe. I have a bunch of funny shorts that are breaking news, but anything that's sports fitness, you can check me out for. I got some pretty funny takes if you want to hang out and chill. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all soon.